Hello everyone, welcome back to another Sudoku. It's been some time since I've done one. I've been more so focused on chess for right now. Let's see. So we got 3, 4, and 5 here. Can't roll any of those out yet. We've got a 9 here that we can get just with Sudoku. 9 here as well. 9 here as well. 9 here as well. And I think all the 9s are just solvable right at the start. That's nice. What else? We got quite a few 6s going on. I don't know if there's too much we can do with that yet. We've got 3 7s, 4 7s. This 7 gets shoved in there, so the 7 gets shoved in there. Whoops, like that. And then this 7 hits over here. That 7 hits over there, which tells us the order of the 7 in rows 5 and 6. And then just 7's right there. And 7's somewhere in here. I can't get any more specific than that. There's only 2 1s in the puzzle. I don't really see how they line up. This square could be a naked single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what do we know about 4s then? Not much that I can see. They're very limited in this row. Here's something a bit interesting. I'm not sure if it's intended logic, but a 4 here would force a 4 into one of these 2 squares, which means that couldn't be a 4. And a 4 here would also mean that this can't be a 4. So there's no circumstance in which that space is allowed to be a 4, which is interesting. Maybe a little bit high level though. We've got 5 over here. One of the easier things to see that of course I missed easily. 5 is in one of those 2 spots. Five is very similar functioning here. Locked into those 2 spots. So 5 and 4 for this row, I believe, are in the same boat. So that's a 5 or a 4, and that's a 5 or a 4. Because if this space is a 4, then that's a 5. If this space is a 4, then that's a 5. Which means that this row is now finished. It needs a 7 and a 1. No, not a 1. 7 and a 3. What do we know about 3s? Very little. We've got 1's missing in this row. Again, 4s. 1, 2, and 4. Trying to think of if there's anything else that's very restricted. 1, 2, 4, and 6 from the square. Yeah, the 6 is somewhere in there. let's go in order here, because there could be something easy I'm missing. So ones, I don't think there's more we can get off those. Twos, however, could potentially have something. Two there and the two there means that the two in this row must be there or there. Let's just experiment. If that's a 2, that's a 2, and that's a 2. Yeah, I don't think it affects too much. Just makes a 1-4 pair, which is fine. So that's all the 2s I think we can get. Now let's look at the 3s. We get this very interesting double hit on 3s and 2s in the square. So it can't be a 3 or a 2. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's either a 1 or a 4. This is a 1, a 2, or a 4. It is interesting that we're finding pairs like this. Let's keep going though. We were looking at 3 possibilities. Here's something. This 3 is looking at this 3-7 pair. That's something I could figure out. That makes this a 4-5 pair, so that's a 3, 5, and 1. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what else does that open up here? 7s are mirrored. And by that I mean they're in the same spaces. I can't go forward. Let's look at 4s. Because we have some new ones. Actually, 1s. Can I get anything off 1s? I don't think so. We got 1, 2, and 8 missing in here. 1, 2, and 8. Not sure what I could figure out from that one. Oh, this is a 7-8 pair, which means we get at least one more number. That has to be a 3 then. Yeah, that makes sense. That aligns with the pencil mark 3s. That makes this a 2-3 pair as well. Am I wrong? Yes, there's a 3 there. Okay, good thing I spotted that. So we just got this 3. Does that help immediately? A bit. Makes a few more pencil marks. We've got 8 missing in here as well as 4. The odd one out is 6, I believe. Yeah, I'm not sure what we know about 6s yet. So we got 2, 4, 6, and then 1 is the wild card in that spot. Four is restricted. well, 6 is restricted and 2 is restricted. So this is a very restricted space. So that's a 2-6 pair and that's a 2-4 pair. So what is next? What's the next step? Nines are finished. I can stop looking at nines. Let's go back again through all the numbers. See if there's something new. Not seeing anything immediately with ones. That doesn't necessarily mean there's nothing I can do with them. Just that I'm not seeing anything. Nothing with twos. We've got quite a few threes, which ends on this. I think it's called an X-wing. Got 2 4s in the grid. This might be a good square to look for naked singles, since it's one of the few squares with a 1 and a 4 restricted. But for now, keep looking at the 5s. Is it a 5-6 pair? Yeah, that space can't be a 2. And now that's a 1. And this is a 2-4 double. There's a like Sudoku word for that besides double. I just can't think of it. There's no 1 in here. What am I doing? Alright, good thing I caught that. Dang. Goes to show you sometimes you can't trust your own pencil marks, because they don't auto-update. Alright, 5s. Let's look back at 6s. And actually notice where they are this time. Let's see. There's so many possibilities. I don't think I can really narrow anything down to 6s yet. 7s we already know they end up being mirrored. And 8s are still tricky, because they also end up in a very similar situation. I think I should fully notate this area. Two, 1, and 8, right? One, 2, 8. 2 is... Wait, no, that's not true. I was thinking 2 here forces 2 there and there, whereas 2 here forces that. Both cases seem equally valid. So it can't be 2. What about like this square having a 1 somewhere in here? Let's say it's there. Oops. I really am not seeing anything forcing here. Four, 2, 5, 6. It's got 3 spaces to escape to like that. I don't like notating. Four, 5, 1, and 6 means that 1 can only be there in this row. If the 1's there, then that's a 1. This is not a 1. If the 1 is there, in either case this is not a 1. What was the last one? 1, 2, 4, 5. So anyways, my point is 1 here forces 1 there, this isn't a 1, and a 1 there also forces that to not be a 1. Can I do anything similar here with this square being a 1? If this square is a 1, then that square has to be a 1. That square has to be a 1. Well, I'm not getting anywhere with that. A 2 here forces a 2 there and a 2 there. None of these 2's really point in good directions. Let's look at this. A 1 here forces 1 there, which is maybe interesting, but I don't really see it going any further. Whereas a 5 here is very effective, forcing a 5 there. What about a 5 here? What does that all force? That's quite a bit. Not sure. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Maybe I should take in a longer break, actually, in retrospect. Got 1, 2, and 8. 8 is restricted to these two spots. That's not true. 1, 2, 8, and what else? 4? I don't know. There's gotta be something I'm not seeing. Yo, I'm back. Alright, so I asked the Discord how to proceed, and they said to look at this square. Row 4, column 5. Oh, that's this one. They said something happens if this becomes a 4. If this is a 4, then that's a 4. So what goes wrong here? Oh, I see. It shoves the 2 away. So there would have to be a 2 there and there. That is very tricky to see. Not mad for missing that one. It's good though. Anyways, we have 2 now. Over there. As well as a 6. 5 is still needed here, and it can't go there. So that's 5, and that's a 3. Which makes this a 3. Is that all the 3s sorted? Seems to be the case. 4 and 8 still missing. No. 4 and 6 are missing. Six and 8. I said the different thing than my tights. Trying to think of where 4 is restricted here. Maybe that's not the answer. Maybe the answer is to keep looking at 2s. Since we have so many... The 1s are in places that are kind of hard to help with. What about 6s? We do have a lot of them. They kind of line up in an interesting way if you look at where the possibilities are. So the most forcing move here Wait, I still have a 5 in here. Anyways, there's a 6 there, there, and there. It's not quite finishable. But it does give 2s here, here, and here. Two 6 pairs. That's a 4, which doesn't do much. Either a 1 or a 6. What about this square? The square has very little wiggle room. So right now I'm just looking at the possibility of that square being an 8 and what that would force. I don't think it really matters which way the 7s end up, so I'm not going to focus on that. Instead I'll look at the 6s going here and here. Which makes this a 6. Two, 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 4, 1. And then there's nowhere left to place a 4 in here? Is that what I'm getting? Okay, so we start with 8, 8, 6, 6, 4, 4. This has to be both a 4 and an 8, which isn't allowed. So the space cannot be an 8. That is a 6. Maybe I'll just run through that once. So we start with an 8 here, and we get an 8 there, an 8 there, and an 8 there, right? So now this is a 6, and this is a 6. This becomes a 4. There is no valid place to put a 4 in here. So that's why 8 there is incorrect. Again, not super sure if that's the way you're supposed to solve it, but that other required path seemed like a bit of a stretch. No offense. 1 and 4. That can't be a 6. Now it's just plug in the numbers. One, two pair looks like. And finally we get a 4 to finish things off. Interesting puzzle. I don't know if I would have seen, what was it? Row 4, column 5? Not being a 4, that's very tricky. And then the later step with the 6, 8. There might be a better way of figuring that out that I'm not sure about, but I think overall that was a pretty good solve. If you enjoyed the Sudoku, leave a like, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.